tame.
Did you destroy?
Yes. Whose spirit was trapped?
That of one.
But she couldn't deceive you, brave knight.
You've rid the world of a great evil.
I'm not happy with helping them. I would like to not help them, but at the same time, by not helping them, I fuck over even more people. You know? There's no real neutral line between these. You have to choose one or the other. Good at the many, I guess. To be honest, I've never been a big fan of that. I prefer to say, screw the good of the many, screw the good of the few. Help all. You know? One of those idealistic bastards, you know? That's just how I am.
Our deal. I did.
A word once given, we never break. The girl. Mousy blonde. That's what they call it.
Thin as a veil, terrified, exhausted. She could barely stand, the poor thing.
We cared for her as best we could. Like she was our own daughter. Wasted affection. She proved a very naughty girl. Mischievous.
All this seems to be the same.
The young woman I seek never hurt anyone without cause.
You've not seen her long.
Why'd she attack you?
She's no longer the girl you want.
She actually never even laid a finger on them.
Don't believe you. They say you always keep your word.
We shall tell you, brave boy.
And now this is going to be changed in another one way.
We read beast trails, saw the omens.
We would glimpse her likeness, a mirage in a puddle. She came from the lower swamp. We knew not at first it was her the omens had spoken of.
A child of the elder blood, the same seed that will burst into flame.
She fell into our hands. Elder blood!
The blood of the traitress. Does she sleep?
Like a lamb.
Come, sisters, no point in dawdling. The table's set. The cauldron bubbles.
We cannot! You know she is meant for him!
Emlyrith will get her. He will. But not whole.
Well said. We'll just have a sample.
I'll take her feet. Lovely. Plump. Perfect for a broth.
Oh, I can taste it already. Very well. Get on with it! Oh, you'll regret that, girl. Regret it dearly.
Fucking like it.
A child of the elder blood. He follows you, treads in the very tracks.
I love the music. I really do. They had some great stuff for this game. Again, I didn't get a good look at the amount of legs that horse had. I think it's only 4, but there's other stuff jangling down, which, or just the way it was moving or whatever. Since I wasn't really focusing on the amount of eggs, counting the amount of eggs it had, ended up looking like it had more. Again, I go same about Sliftnir having 7. I think that's how you say it. It's Nordic. I can barely speak Irish, never mind, you know, a very different tongue. I wonder if we can find this little crevice. You know, where she fell in and fought the werewolf.
Tried to butcher her like an animal and eat her.
Her blood. The taste brought back the memory.
Elder blood. Such a shame she...
You tried to kill her. Can't forgive you for that.
Waste of words. Our fates are bound true. But now is not the time for that to bear fruit.
Now you shall chase shadows and wander midst fog.
Each time you see her, she will be a mirage. And if you find her, the girl will die. I see you, handsome knight.
On the puke already. They are disgusting. I want to save the kids, but at the same time, can I really? You know? I'm not sure if I can justifiably get away, justifiably save them. Considering that if I want to save them, I need to damn everyone else in the region. Maybe I'm being a little extreme there, but the Baron's men go completely batshit and start, you know, outright attacking people within Crow's Perch itself, trying to rape people within Crow's Perch. With the Baron here, at the very least, he wouldn't stand for that. Like, the man was a bastard, but he had some principle, you know? He'd some, like he said, like they were saying, the Baron had rules against them doing that. They didn't listen when it was outside Crow's Perch. Like, Baron's authority only spread so far, but at least there was some sanctity granted by the Baron, you know? With the other guys, they were going to do whatever the fuck they wanted. Rape and pillage all to their heart's content.
Get out of my sight.
I can easily kill you, you know that? Wonder why she just left all her clothes there on the floor. Like, you should at least clean up after herself. Seems I got most of this, like, I haven't really been redoing much here. It's just literally that quest and this here. Don't mind me. Phillip Stringer, your supply problems do not interest us. The pact we signed was clear, and the Emperor of Nilfgaard demands you to fulfill its terms. If you do not, our mutual obligations will be rendered null and void, and your privileges will be revoked. Okay.
I'm listening. What do you come to me with?
You know how he says, I wish you came forthright out with that? You could take it two ways, that, you know, him, you know, Grohl comes up, says, hi, I'm back, and he says that. Or, you know, how he has his daughter. Like, I'd imagine. I wonder how it works. Like, remember how when we said about, like, oh, we found your daughter, she's alive. Then he asked about the wife. Imagine if you found the wife and the daughter. If you said the daughter thing, Grohl would automatically go into the wife thing, and then Stringer would be, that's what he was referring to. But since we did one, then the other, he's only, you know, he's saying it this way. Of course, I'm reading into a thing that I've actually no knowledge of, so...
Got news of your wife.
Plowing hell, why'd you not suck?
She's in Crookback Bog. Got...
You were to bring up!
I was supposed to find...
You still think me...
I'm gonna play this the same. gonna play this the same
Doesn't matter what
in
I
every
do.
way, bar
Yeah.
that one choice earlier.
I see contempt.
Probably gonna say you're not the only one.
With Annie. Soon after, it was one
Still see.
Will you let me?
All right.
Oh, understand.
How'd you find out?
You know how she was saying that she kept taunting him? He was saying that she kept taunting him and pushing him, like as if he wanted her him to hit her again.
She didn't.
Maybe she wanted to do a suicide by
She
Baron,
left
you know?
me for that knob. Felt
Guess they call you the.
what?
You're.
No, that's an entirely different story.
I do love that. It's just how flippantly he handles it. Oh no, that was a different time I fed a guy, butchered a guy and fed him to the dogs. Different time. I did that for fun.
That wasn't exactly.
Ha! Don't it was the first things. How many times I apologize.
Can't really apologize for butchering a guy and then feeding him to dogs. It's kind of hard.
You're right. Faults on both sides, yours and hers.
Y'all are shit cunts.
Content that you. Very well then.
Your wife is
What the fuck?
ones who live in.
How on earth did she?
They fled by.
A beast.
No,
Oh, thank the gods for that.
the creature carried her deep.
Content.
She made.
A pact.
She was with Chop.
What do you mean?
Anna must have thought the child. Then they placed magic tethers on her. Tethers that.
A pact with witches.
Venturing into the swamp, even with armed men, is just a bad idea.
I'll not sit on my.
Probably not.
And I'm a husband.
We had
A word.
I'm not talking because I need to focus on this. But yeah, you know, the Bloody Baron actually, in this whole Basilisk fight, he actually did pretty well, all things considered. And like how he was like just has a little knife and was going to challenge it at the end. You got to give it to him.
If I don't survive,
Like, you know,
you're to take whatever you want from the force.
he's certainly fucked up his wife and kid, and you know, fucked up there. But
Show this bastard what we're.
you know what? He's got some balls, you know, on him. Just the amount of guts he has. Like, he just. You gotta give it to him. Like, this is a huge beast, and he doesn't even have a good weapon against it. I wish we had a fucking crossbow. I hope she gets one. I'm not actually sure she would have any skill with it. Then again, I didn't know Groth had any skill with them either. I thought he was just a solely swords guy. And, you know, touch magic. Well, you know how she was saying that the hunt would find her if she used the power. Wouldn't the hunt find her if she's using power here? Or maybe small uses are okay, and the big things aren't kosher. Okay, she doesn't regen. I better regen. I don't have any, I'm hoping so. There we go. But you gotta give it to the Baron. Considering he did pretty well here. All his men scattered, and he's just... Like, it's kind of a given that Ciri did well. She's a powerful sorceress, and she's a witch, you know, she's got, like, Witcher training and some degree of, you know, the Witcher, you know, mods. She didn't go through the full trial of grasses, but she did get some access to the mushrooms, though.
Damn it! I can't leave him like that.
So, you know, like, her doing well was kind of a given. Him, you know, even being able to hold his sword solid in his hands. you know, it's another thing altogether. I do that, like that little thing with the Baron there. Just like so in shock he can't even put his knife into his scabbard.
You have everything?
Yes, thank you.
Also, she seems to have a steel sword now, I'm guessing.
What you did for me, I shall never forget it.
You helped me as well. When your man brought me here. You fed me, cared for me, had my wounds looked after. We're even now.
You needn't leave. You're in good company here. We'll always have a warm corner for you.
I must leave.
The hair looks weird there when it's
Wraiths
there,
pursue
see?
me. The wild hunt. I was foolish to use the power. They're sure to have caught my scent.
The wild hunt? Pursuing you?
I'll endanger all of you by remaining here. You must tell the people to bar their doors and windows. And no one is to wander the night.
And you? Where do you think you're going?
Now, I ride for Novigrad. And then, who knows where.
I actually did hear one, thinking on it now, I did actually hear one spoiler. It's for like the best ending of Witcher 3.
She mounted and rode off.
Apparently best.
It grew awfully empty without her.
Redanian armies.
She was looking.
Where do you get the
Haven't always.
Redanian?
True.
So there's a...
It's nothing.
Spit it out.
I want to go get...
Must have not heard me.
I heard you. I've no more tale. Ha! True in...
Fine. Sounds good.
Dare you! Escape. Sorry, we was never here.
I'd still puzzle over what the fuck that is.
What was
Groth
that?
doesn't even seem to know.
You tell me. Man or monster?
Uma?
Aye,
You mean he can...
hardly. So I grabbed it. Funny story, actually.
Must have been...
Ah, quick.
Okay, I'm just skipping through these because we've already heard them. Heard it in just the previous episodes, those 40-minute things. These are now the proper 20.
No. Time I was on my way.
Farewell. Unproven.
Okay. There. Now we can just get to the other place, and all's good. We're not heading to Scalig. Heading to Scalig is fucking suicide right now. All the enemies will be vastly leveled. Would vastly level me.
Guess it was profit. Let the order attack the merchants then. Stealing